Hi, welcome to Jovie's home. I post new videos every Tuesday and sometimes Thursday. Today, I'm really excited because this is the first video in a brand new series that we will be posting on this channel called Jovie Goes Dutch. And it's been a long time coming, you guys. Throughout this series, we are going to be documenting my process as I try to integrate and become a Dutch citizen. So this video is going to focus on some of the requirements and the exams that someone like me needs to take, as well as introduce you to our new series sponsor, which is going to be the language school where I'm going to be learning Dutch. So you guys, if that sounds good to you, then why don't you come on in, kick off your shoes and stay a while. I'm really glad you're here. Before we get into the video today, we have to do the Dutch word of the day, and I'm so excited because our Dutch word of the day is sponsored by our series sponsor, ABC Dutch. So you will now see that our word of the day is going to look a little bit different, but it's just to remind you that that is who's teaching me. So today's Dutch word of the day is none other than Inburgering, which means integration. Under the way that it's set up here is you have to follow Inburgering courses or integration courses, and you have to take the Inburgering exams, which are also testing you on your ability to integrate into Dutch society. So Inburgering, integration. So in this video, the first video of the series, I'm going to be addressing why I'm choosing to become Dutch, like some of my reasons, and also a few of the questions that you guys had back when I announced it in the last video, and also tell you what exams I'm required to take, as well as the pricing of those exams. So let's just get right into it. Something that you guys don't know about me is that I have actually switched citizenships. I don't even know how to say it. I've gone through the citizenship process of 2 different countries already. So I was born a Serb, or I was Yugoslavian when I was born, Serbian now, but I was Yugoslavian when I was born. Then we moved to Canada, and my parents decided to become Canadian citizens. Since I was a minor child, I was just included and swept away. So then I became a Canadian citizen. Eventually we moved to the United States, where I then, again with my parents, became an American citizen. This is the first time in my life that I am able to make the decision for myself and decide what citizenship I want to be. And I am absolutely 100% sure that the citizenship that I want to be is Dutch. I want to be a Dutchie. So it makes sense to actually finally, after all of these years, integrate and do the steps and become part of Dutch society. Yeah, I love this country. I don't want to live anywhere else. There is no doubt in my mind that this is the country for me. And so I'm just gonna go for it. Those are my reasons. Not that I can't be a permanent resident the way that I am now, with my American citizenship and my Dutch residency. That is allowed, that is all fine. But it's not what I want for my life. I want Dutch citizenship because I want to be a Dutch citizen. So that's where we're at. One of the questions that a lot of you guys asked in the Q&A video that we did back in Brabant province was, am I going to have to give up my American citizenship, and how does that work? If you are changing your citizenship, so you are becoming a Dutch citizen, the Dutch government would ask you to renounce the citizenship, whatever you were carrying before. And I think this is where your guys' question was coming from, is am I required to give up my American citizenship as I become Dutch? And the bottom line is no. While the Dutch government does not officially recognize dual citizenships, they do recognize that there are some cases where you cannot renounce your citizenship. For example, in Brazil, like if you are Brazilian and you are born in Brazil, you are Brazilian for your whole life. You cannot renounce it because you are born in Brazil, so you are Brazilian. There is no possible way that you can renounce that citizenship. So the Dutch government will recognize people from Brazil as having Brazilian and Dutch citizenship. Another exception to having to renounce your citizenship is if it presents an undue burden to renounce it. And this is where the United States falls under. Because it costs so much money to actually officially renounce your US citizenship, maybe we'll put it on the screen. I don't know it off the top of my head. If it causes an undue burden for you to actually renounce your citizenship, and paying something like $4,000 is an undue burden, the Dutch government allows you to keep your original citizenship. So that is the case for me. I do not plan to renounce my US citizenship. I do hope to have dual citizenship, US and Dutch. How do you become a Dutch citizen? Now, I don't want to get too detailed into the specifics because everyone is different. I came in, as the spouse of an EU citizen. That is how I'm allowed to live in the Netherlands, is because I am the spouse of an EU citizen. And that is also why I haven't had to follow Dutch Inburgering courses yet. And I've lived here for so long, because it's different. If my partner was Dutch, I would have had to follow the courses a long time ago. I am eligible for Dutch citizenship because I've been here long enough. I've been a legal resident here, so now is the next step. But in order to do that, there are definitely some things that you have to do. For example, some exams. And that is what we are going to be documenting in this series. Before we can talk about the exams, we need to talk about how to prepare for the exams. And this is where I'm really, really excited to be partnering with ABC Dutch, which is a language school here in the Netherlands with a few different campuses. So my Dutch courses will begin in November. So if you are looking to do Dutch courses and you actually want to be in class with me, I am following the classes that are taking place in the Hague City Center in November, and I'm doing the intensive class. So sign up, there's still a few spots left and maybe we can be classmates. If you're going to integrate and you're going to follow the Inburgering exams, you really need to prepare for them because there are several, as we will get into in a minute here. And I think that the best way to do that is by following what is called an Inburgeringskurs, or an integration course, which is just like a class that teaches you all the things that you need to know, gets your language to the level that it needs to be at for the exams, and then also teaches you some of the extra bits that you need to know. So what I have chosen to follow is the intensive 5-week, 5 days a week class with ABC Dutch. So that is my preference. I really wanted that once I start, I'm going for it, and I have a lot of energy and enthusiasm about it, and just get it done in 5 weeks. That suits me, it suits my schedule, and I'm really happy to do that. There are also evening and weekend classes. You can also do this kind of thing like 1 or 2 times a week, and then it just takes a little bit longer. So I want you to know they're not always just like the 5-week intensive courses that you're gonna have to follow. It's not like that always. It's really up to what you wanna do. So my preference is do it in 5 weeks, get it done, and become Dutch. So as I said, if you want, join me in November in The Hague, and let's kick some butt together. What exams are needed? Now, according to the IND, and this is 2020 rules, so please, if you're watching this like in 2025, things may have changed. So I'm telling you what is the requirement now. There are 7 possible exams that somebody might need to take, 5 of which are absolutely required, 2 you maybe can get out of. So The 5 that are required are, sorry, I'm referring to my notes here. There's a speaking exam, a writing exam, listening, reading, and knowledge about Dutch customs and culture and society. These 5 exams, you book them through the Inburgering website using your DigiD and stuff, and you pay for them right away. They are offered all over the country, different times, different places. It's really, you will be able to find something that suits you. I chose to book all of mine right after my course finishes. So my course is finishing in December, and all 5 of my exams will be at different times between the end of my course in December and December 29th. So by the end of 2020, hopefully I will have completed and passed all of my requirements for Inburgering. There are also a couple other exams that you may or may not need to take. There is a participation statement that you need to sign through the gemeente. This is not an exam, but it's listed as one of the requirements, so I'm including it here. But it's just a statement that you sign with the gemeente that you are going to, participate in Dutch society and culture and respect the rules, this kind of thing. The other exam is called the Orientation to Dutch Labor Market. I don't think that I will have to take this exam. I do need to petition to not have to take this, but this is more so that you know kind of about how to work in the Netherlands. But lots of people, for example, if you own your own company in the Netherlands, your own Dutch company, you can petition to have this requirement removed. Or if you've had a Dutch employer and you've successfully worked in the Netherlands, this is another way that you can maybe get this as, what is it called? Waived, this requirement waived. So of those 5 exams that I told you that I'm registered for and that I'm currently going, well, not currently, but that I will be studying for during my courses at ABC Dutch, I had to pay for each exam separately, but the 5 together cost €250. So if you pass, then that's the cost. But if you need to retake some exams, you need to pay the fee to retake that exam. So ideally there, it will not cost me more than €250 to take the exams, but possibly it might. We will see. The last thing that I want to go over in this video is kind of my vision for this series. And the reason that I'm sharing it with you now is because I would really value your guys' input and opinion on what you want to see from this series. So I kind of have I've envisioned it in a certain way, but I'm definitely open to you guys sharing from your perspective how you would like to see it and what you would enjoy out of this series and what would be the most useful for you. So today we covered the announcement that I'm going to be doing the Inburgering courses, which is the very first step, at least for me, in this process. The intensive courses that I'm taking and the exams that I registered and will be taking in December. So that is this first episode of the series. The next video that I would like to make is just showing you about my Dutch Inburgering courses. So showing you a little bit how it's going with school, showing you the book, sharing with you the process, what I'm finding difficult, what is easier, how I'm studying, what I think of the process, how that's going, just like really sharing with you in a very open way, the way that I am feeling about what I'm learning. So that's kind of the video that I would like to make next. The third video of the series ideally will be the exam process. Now, the exams, I cannot show you or share what was on my specific exam, but I think it would be kind of cool to vlog a little bit of each of the days that I'm doing the exams, share with you how I'm feeling beforehand, how I'm feeling afterwards, and then we would wait to post that video until I've received all of my actual scores or, pass fails or whatever, so that by the end of that video, you guys know what my actual results were. Would that be something that you're keen to see? The next video I want to make is the one where I'm showing you how I'm applying for the Dutch citizenship. So that could be more of like an informational video of like what website you have to go to, what documents are required, what I'm going to need to prove and apply, you know, how much that costs, like a little bit more of the technical stuff about what it actually means to apply for Dutch citizenship. I would also really enjoy my hand at making a video in all Dutch. So not with Dan with me, but like a video all on my own where I'm doing it in Dutch. And that would be after I've completed all of my classes and my lessons so that you guys can also see like my Dutch growth. So let me know if that's interesting. And then the last video of this series, it could be already like a year away. I'm not sure how long the process takes, but presuming that I've passed all my exams, that I've been able to submit all of my documents to the immigration IND, presuming that everything is fine and that I am granted Dutch citizenship, I would love to vlog the day that I actually become Dutch and a little bit of the ceremony if it's allowed, and if not, everything around it, and just kind of really like memorialize, hopefully, the day that I become Dutch. So that is my vision here. That is this series. You guys, I'm like so... Don't cry. I'm so excited. I'm really proud and I'm excited. And when I started this channel and you guys were saying, when are you gonna learn Dutch and everything, I was telling you, oh, when my daughter starts school. She's not starting school for another year. So this is happening 1 year earlier than I was like prepared for it. And I'm so ready for it, you guys. I'm so glad that it's happening now, and I'm so glad to be going for it. And I'm so proud of how far I've come. But I also want to say that that is in such a huge part thanks to you guys. You guys in your comments encouraging me and being kind to me and not just like always making fun of me. I mean, you can totally make fun of me sometimes. Like I also make fun of myself. But the bottom line is I know that you guys have like are cheering me on and rooting for me and like believe in me. It is such a motivation. You know, maybe, I mean, I don't know, depending on the timing and my kids and everything, maybe we could even do like a live stream of like study with me, or like you guys can help me, or I can do something where, you know, we can like live stream study Dutch together or whatever. Like we can do so many things here with the series. And I know that with your guys' like support and belief in me and in what we're trying to do here, it's really it's important to me, and that is why I really want to share it also with you guys. So that's it. I think that's it. Thank you. I'm like rambling now. I want to thank this award. No, I'm sorry. That was a little bit rambly and a little bit emotional, but that's it. I'm super excited and I'm super motivated, and I hope that you guys are excited and that this will be interesting. If you're Dutch, that you can see what it actually takes a foreigner. What are the steps to become Dutch? That will be kind of cool. And if you're a foreigner thinking about how am I going to become Dutch, well, then this might be a helpful series for you too. All that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming over and spending some time with me today. As always, I really, really appreciate it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do. We are trying to reach 20,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, so please help us out if you can. Yeah, that's it. I will see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much. Bye. Doei! I should start saying doei, because I'm becoming Dutch. Doei!